I didn't always want to be a doctor. I had a totally different life trajectory. I was gonna, take over my dad's business in insurance. I was gonna, have an easy, comfortable life living in, Monterey, California. And when my mom sent me a video of these kids in Haiti who had intestinal parasites, and there's just some things in life that you can't unsee. Ever since watching that video, my little paradigm from Monterey, California was really just absolutely wrecked. And it really changed the course of my life. If I could use my skills or gain skills that would be able to help these people, that was the path I wanted my life to take. Yeah, so while I always wanted to work in an underserved region, I had so many reservations. Am I willing to take that risk, being in a remote part of Africa with my children, with my wife?
Where are we? Africa.
If our kids got sick, we don't have a world-class intensive care, nearby. It really is just under-resourced in so many different regards. Even as a US trained doctor, there's only so much I can do without needing a tremendous amount of infrastructure around me, including trained nurses, laboratory personnel, radiology, and a pharmacy. All these things are not a given here. We also just had to think through the financial sacrifice of moving here. I'm getting paid near minimum wage for my work here, and I'm working harder. I'm working more hours than I work back home. I think the most difficult thing here is the amount of death I encounter on a daily, if not, definitely a weekly basis. You have this beautiful baby or child who is suffering. That in itself is really tough. But then having to watch a parent suffer alongside them is horrific. And to think, hey, if this baby was born in the US, this would never happen, is really a hard thing to grapple with. As a doctor, you are welcomed into this very intimate and sacred and vulnerable place in people's lives. We're not just dealing with physical beings. We're dealing with sacred souls. And it's just a matter of how much are you willing to, see every person as a person and see every person as loved by God, and, not seeing people as others, but seeing them, within your own family.
I guess the question, or 85 to 80 is okay, but 71.
I think on the other side, there's few greater joys in this world than seeing a mom with her baby leave the newborn unit with a smile on their face. I think that is one of the greatest joys, is just seeing people get better. I think I could have chose a very different path, if it weren't for Jesus. I think on a basic level, Jesus called me to live for others and not for myself. I think that's the crux of it. I think Jesus really wants me to go to those places that are tough, go to those places where there's a need, and be his hands and his feet. It has been incredibly hard on so many levels, what we've done moving over here. But the amount of good we've been able to do, and not just in other people's lives, but in our own lives, I think has been so incredible. Yeah, just for myself personally, my Kenyan colleagues have taught me so much about learning from and still having hope in really difficult situations. Your happiness is not based on how much money you make. It's really, at the end of the day, about what you're doing with your life, what you're investing in. And now kind of like looking back on all those concerns, on looking back on all that we've given up, you know, is it worth it? The truth is, absolutely yes.
I think this is gonna be a special baby.
I don't think there's anything else I'd rather be doing right now than, you know, being a doctor here.